Building kits have always been intimidating to me. I admire those who can put such projects together and in no time. When I ran across this sewing box on eBay, I thought it would be ideal for the sewing room. So stepping out of my comfort zone, I gave kit building a try. For the most part, building the individual pieces for the sewing box was a walk in the park, but it was what I encountered during the actual building of the boxes where the real nightmare began. Going along by images and faint lines on the instruction sheet, not to mention numbers which corresponded with those emblazoned on some of the panels, the sewing box gradually came together. The sewing box doesn't need this many hinges and screws, only 8 hinges are necessary. For the next few minutes, you'll see me detach the pieces, then assemble the first set of drawers, then the second. Initially, I put the side panels in for the dividers, but caught it, then put the correct ones in. The nice thing about the kit is some of the pieces had connection points to indicate where to put the glue. Off camera, the second set of side panels were put into place. The drawer fronts are then glued on. The doors are detached, then put to the side, and the second level of shelves are assembled. Now the third level is assembled. There's no use for this section. On to attaching the connectors. The connector application was tedious, made more difficult because the screws were way too small to hold the pieces into place. You'll see what I mean later. At first, I used tweezers to pick up the screws until I discovered the screwdriver had a magnet on the end, making it easier to pick up the screws. As for the handle, the instruction sheet doesn't show how it's connected at the bottom, despite there being pre-drilled holes on the pieces. Since the screws alone wouldn't hold the handle into place, glue was applied. The final shelf is constructed, but I won't bore you with its assembly because it's the same as the third. Now to assembling the legs. There are 8 pieces, 2 per leg. The legs are glued to the sewing box. The final shelf is installed. The knobs don't fit the pre-drilled holes, so the holes are enlarged. Another frustrating thing about the kit is the hinge installation. Using the glue down method I have in the past, this didn't work. I managed to get one hinge installed, but there was no way to stabilize it on the other side. Here's a look at the sewing box. After the disastrous results of the sewing box, I took it apart and used slightly large pin nails snipping the ends. This helped some, but the box was still coming apart in places. The idea of having something this functional and a part of the dollhouse collection was exciting at first until it wasn't. Instead, it has become a huge disappointment. If you have any suggestions on how the sewing box can be saved, leave it in the comments. Join me next time when I construct the cabinet for this beauty. Until then, thank you so much for watching.